What is going on, Swoopers? Welcome back to another episode of Swoop Luke. In this episode, lucky to be joined by Marshy, one of the boys from Saints TV. Thanks for joining me today, mate.
Yep, mate. Pleasure. Thanks for having us.
No, thank you, thank you. Look, I wanted to mainly get you on, one, see how you guys are going, what's going on over in Saints Land, and two, I want to talk about Jack Bytel, one of the guys that we've got training on as an SSP, vying for one of those three rookie spots. Now that Dan McStay has been injured, we've got another spot open. But yeah, so I want to just get your thoughts on him. But first, how's Saints TV going? How are all the boys, and how do you feel about the season that just happened?
The boys are good. I think Jake's going a little bit stir crazy, as we know. He's pretty keen to, get on chat Saints footy like the best of us. So the boys are good. Joyce is relaxing. Jake's trying to, and I took up a sewing course last night. So that probably says a bit too much about what happens when there's no footy around.
How
But
did you
I
guys?
just want to.
Sorry, go.
Oh, sorry, mate. I was just going to say to you, firstly, congratulations on
Thank
the
you.
on the premiership. How have the celebrations been? Have they simmered down yet, or are you still going?
Yeah, so it was 2 months. It was 2 months yesterday. It's been look, it's been pretty good. You can't
Too
really knock
much
it, you know.
yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a new relationship, you know. Every sort of month you have a month anniversary that you're just trying to celebrate. So still in the honeymoon period, and I think that'll happen until I guess the kickoff in when 2024 really kicks off. But yeah, it's been.
How much have you dropped on merchandise?
Mate, I don't want to disclose that because I have too many people watching me here. Um,
What's your favourite bit of premiership gear that you've got?
um, the hats, the Premiership hats, they're
Yeah.
pretty cool. I really wanted to get a replica Premiership Cup, like
Oh yeah.
they're like $700. They're like actual life size. I'm like, nah, that's too much money. But I might, if I save up enough, I want to drop some, drop a couple of G's on like a jersey, signed jersey.
Yeah.
But man,
Sick.
who would have thought that a signature is worth so much money? Crazy, absolutely nuts.
It is.
Yeah.
Good on you.
How are you guys? How are you guys feeling about the end of the season? You know, obviously Ross Lyon being back, and I really backed you guys in this year, and I thought you guys were really exciting. And how do you guys end up feeling about it?
It was awesome. It was a really good year, to be honest. We are coming into it. Honestly, this was the first season I've gone into really not expecting a great deal in terms of on-field performance. I just thought it would take a long time for
Yeah,
everything to kind of click, and we didn't have the sexiest of off seasons last year, and a lot of injuries in the preseason. But the way that everything came together in that first 6 weeks, it
yeah.
was amazing, to be honest. So I think we were undefeated when we
Yep.
played your mob over in Adelaide, and that itself, we nearly got you at the end,
Nearly
and
right at the
it
end.
was just, it was really positive. And now after making finals and beaten by the Giants, who you guys obviously had your hands full
Yeah,
with them, and they could have just as easily been playing off in a granny. So
100%.
really promising signs, and I think that the off season that we've had so far with the trade and
Yep.
more specifically the draft,
Yep.
I think Saints footy's back, baby.
Now, look, we love it, and we've had some pretty good battles. You know, obviously 2010, and that's when you guys were in and around with Geelong and stuff, and it's good. You know,
Yeah,
it comes in waves, and it's good to see you guys doing back. What Saint Kilda are one of those teams where kind of like the Roos for me, where I don't hate them, I don't love them, but I'm
yeah,
like, what I mean, like I'm happy to see you guys doing
yeah,
well. Sort of like when the Roos and all their top fucking five draft picks for the next 10 years. You know, when they end up winning a premiership, I'll feel the same. But one guy who
yeah,
wasn't super instrumental, played the last 6 games this year, played more games the year before, is Jack Bytel, who's training on with us, SSP. Um, don't know too much about him other than smashed it at Sandringham, who I think is your VFL line team, and
yeah.
an inside mid. What can you tell me about him?
Yeah, like you summed it up there, but I suppose there's always a player that, as fans, you just want them to do well. You
Yeah,
see what they can do. They're too good for VFL, and circumstances, whatever they may be, prevent them from cracking into the AFL team. And Bytel was one of them. He was a player that kind of he had a sort of disc problems in his back when we drafted him, and he was one of those that, oh, if that wasn't for that, he was a top 10 pick, things like
Yeah.
that. So there's always been a lot of expectation and positivity around him. And whenever the bloke, he's pretty unlucky. So whenever he comes into the team, it just didn't, he would either get injured or
Mhm.
just not given a consistent run at it. So because perhaps he isn't inside mid, he's not
Yep.
quick, he can't really go forward. But what he does do well, especially at VFL and even this season, is wins the footy and distributes. He's sort of like, I would say he's a bit like a Luke Ball
Okay.
by the time he got to you guys. So
Yep.
the OP kind of slowed down Bally, but he
Yep.
still had that ball winning and football nous. And I think Bytel's definitely got that. And for him, we've got the likes of Steele Crouch and Seb Ross, who they're all, you know,
Good.
they're established inside mids.
Yep.
And I think if we had one less of those players, then Bytel would still be in the Saints top. And yeah, I think you guys could do well with him. And maybe some players just need a change of scenery, eh? So I think, yeah, if you guys do happen to pick him up, I know that all the Saints will be pretty stoked for him. That's
Yeah.
for
So,
sure.
so do you think so inside mid, so like an old school see ball, get ball, like
Exactly.
tunnel in. So losing Taylor Adams, who was that sort of guy for us before Tom Mitchell came into the side, and Tom Mitchell 30, 31. So he doesn't, obviously, he's at the end of his career. That's why he came for a premiership, etc., etc. Do you think this
Yeah.
guy is one of those natural successes, straight in, and he's helping the likes of, the Dacos brothers and whoever else it may be, Jack Crisp in that middle, because he is that guy that is just going to be like pretty much what Tom Mitchell did, not to the extent of Tom Mitchell, what he did, but pretty much what he did, what he was brought in for.
Oh, 100%. I think one thing about JB is that he's just a consummate professional.
Yep.
So he does, you need that in your football club. And he's just a proper pro in the way he prepares and goes about it, popular, doesn't get into trouble off field, and just he's just a footy nuff. So I think that, yeah, like the likes of, say, a Tom Mitchell or what have you, that I think given a proper run at it, and again, it goes back to him this year. He played in our round one team against Freo and had a pretty decent game. He didn't get I think a huge amount of minutes, but he doesn't waste a possession. He's one of
Okay.
those sorts of players. So I think he got about 15 touches and 7 tackles and whatnot. But uh, then at the end of that game, he cut his leg on the grass and then got an infection. So
Jesus.
that it just kind of sums him up. And then didn't get more than 2 games in a row
Yep.
out of the 6 games. It was 4 of them was the activated subs. So
Yeah. Okay.
it's really hard to build a strong foundation at AFL level when perhaps
When
not getting the same opportunities as some other players. But yeah, definitely see ball, get ball, good with his hands,
yeah.
and yeah, just knows how to play footy.
So that those 7 tackles, and that's something that I've seen, in his stats as well. If you look at last year against the Giants in round one, 10 tackles, then Hawthorn round seven,
Yeah,
8 tackles. Is he to me, just, and I don't watch Saints footy, but looking at the stats in front of me, it's a Taylor Adams carbon copy. What Adams
yeah.
used to do, see ball, get ball. Wasn't, I don't know about what about his distribution and stuff like that? How is he?
That was the other thing. So by hands, he's sweet, and yeah, like field kicking's fine. It's just that he doesn't have a penetrating kick.
Yep. Okay.
So I think that in the modern game, of course, you can carry some players, but
Yep.
but you kind of need other strengths. I suppose, yeah, you just need to fit into the dynamics of the team. And the bottom line is that we had too many similar players to him. So his disposal, it's unremarkable. It gets from A to B.
Yep.
It just can't quite make the journey to D.
Yeah. So look, yeah, by all accounts, sounds like something that we absolutely need. And with these guys on the SSP and that the beauty about it, the whole rookie sort of thing, put him on the rookie list. And when we saw Markov, we saw
Yeah.
Oscar Steen and these guys, they're diamonds in the rough, pretty much, aren't they?
100%. Like some of our best players have been sort of SSP, like Tim Membry for one. Oh,
Yeah,
actually, I don't think he was an SS. He was just a delisted free agent.
yeah,
But yeah, no, you nailed it. Oleg Markov. If it wasn't for these rules, he wouldn't have been playing footy this
yeah,
year and not a premiership player. So, yeah, like and Liam Stocker for us, we
yeah.
picked up as and he's been a great addition. So it's probably one of the better moves they've made in the list management space. And for you guys are laughing because you've won a flag. You're clearly not really wanting for anything. You just have the luxury of just sitting back and going, all right, we'll kind of cherry pick because you've got what 5 players training on at the
Yeah,
moment.
5 players
So,
for 4 list
uh,
spots. Yeah,
yeah, there you go. So, yeah, no, I'm sure 17 other clubs would quite happily be in Pies land, at least for now. So, yeah, hope. Yeah, Nan was the same. Nan was a mad Collingwood supporter. So I've always,
so
yeah,
that's what.
had a very strong respect for the Pies, and yeah, but
No.
yeah, give Bytel a go. He's got a good chant.
Yeah.
So
Oh, what's his chant?
you'd be a bit of a we love Jack Bytel. Put another goal on the scoreboard, JB. We love Jack
I
Bytel.
love that.
Kick another goal, that's Saints footy. But you'll be
That's
Pies
pretty.
footy just
That's
as
pretty
easily.
good. That's pretty. We need more. I think we need more chanting in the AFL just in general.
Yeah, I reckon so. I reckon so. Yeah,
No.
and then when everyone jumps on board, we can say they all copied the Sainers. So and aisle 29.
Hey, I'll make sure we credit you when he's kicking goals in grand finals.
Yeah, nah, yeah, that's it. I hope so, mate. Yeah,
Now, look,
good
thanks for
stuff.
jumping on and giving us a rundown on Bytel. Where can we find you guys if we want to find out more about Saints footy?
Yeah, right. So yeah, you can check us out on the aisle 29 and the Saints TV channel as well. But yeah, so I'm sure if your mob needs a little bit of inspiration for making some noise at the footy, then yeah, do recommend.
No,
Good on you, mate. All the best, brother.
too easy. Good luck next season.
Cheers.
See you,
Catch up.
mate.